Hey everybody, welcome back to Bree's Toys and Games. Today, my name is Stephanie Bree, and I'm looking at my Masterpiece Collection movie Bumblebee. This is from the 2018 Bumblebee movie. This is one of the top 10 most expensive toys I own. I bought it several years ago when I was still working at the TV station and making a pretty good living. It was expensive then, it's expensive now. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the toy. Really solid looking sculpt. Lots of detail. I don't know how much of the detail you can see. Let me turn this light a little bit. See if you can see some of the detailing on the sculpt. You can see some of his wires and gears and metal pins and things poking through. It does a really good job of, showing that he's a soldier ready to fight. Now, I have already misplaced the gun, and he does come with this removable faceplate. This is his battle faceplate. You can remove it, and he sports a more humanoid-looking faceplate like he had in the movie, where you can see his emotions and things. More than your standard articulation. This one is really advanced. So he can also do a full exorcist pea soup. He's got these little wings that kind of get in the way, but they can also kind of flap a little bit. They were featured in the movie, sort of humorously. You got the arm movement. These things kind of get in the way, so you have to move them out of the way. But he's got full rotation in the shoulder, and he can, do some jumping jacks, but this thing is going to get in the way. You have to move it out of the way, which it does move. So you can get some good movement there. You got bending at the elbow, but you also can rotate at the elbow, which is really good. You have the full wrist movement, but what's interesting about the Masterpiece toys is they have individually posable fingers. And not only are the fingers individually posable, I don't know if you can really see that, but they have full finger articulation, so you can bend them at they have the individual joints like a human finger. So you can get some good movement and bending and stuff. You can even do the oops, YouTube might not like this. Middle finger. Now he's only got 3 face fingers and a thumb, so it's not really a middle finger. So screw you, YouTube. Anyways, pretty good articulation there. Like I said, I've misplaced his weapon, but it does it. I mean, he can use it if he needs it, but all right. He has, if you move things around, he does have full waist rotation. But you do have to move things around to accommodate. He can do full splits. He can kick all the way front to back. And again, if you move this thing out of the way, he can kick all the way back. So you can get some good posability there. He can bend at the knee. And he can also... Can he rotate at the knee? No, I guess he doesn't rotate at the knee, but he does have some really good leg or foot articulation. He's got ankle rockers, but he's also got this down here, and his toes bend, as well as, going front to back. So you can get some really good posability out of this toy. You can do quite a bit. So, pretty good. Very complex transformation. I'm going to do the best I can. Let me turn this camera just a little bit. But it's gonna be a while, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Bumblebee as a character while I transform him. I'm not going to call out the individual steps as I go along, because there's just too many of them. So I'm just kind of fiddle with it. There's a lot of steps to his transformation. Like most people my age, I grew up with the Generation 1 cartoon, and so having a Bumblebee movie that is reminiscent of the G1 cartoon and set in the 80s was a blast for me. I enjoyed the movie tremendously. Also, it's neat that he actually turns into a real Volkswagen Beetle with the VW logo. So that's pretty cool. Very complex transformation. So I'm going to do a lot of wiggling and jerking and shuffling. But we'll get there. Now, full disclosure, when I was a kid, one of the very first Transformers I ever got was Goldbug. I've already done a video on that here on this channel. Goldbug is the reformatted Bumblebee. And this leg thing is tricky because you have to they just sort of swap. There we go. And so, I did not have the original Bumblebee toy from the Generation 1 toy line. And even though I did identify Goldbug as Bumblebee, I didn't know he was called Goldbug. I was like 5 when I got him. So I just thought he was I just thought that was Bumblebee. I didn't know that the toy was different from the cartoon because they all looked different from the cartoon, you know? And I didn't ever get to see, every episode of the cartoon when I was a kid for various reasons I won't get into in this video. But there were a lot of things in the cartoon I didn't get to experience as a kid. A lot of episodes. So I didn't know Bumblebee and Goldbug. I didn't know they were the same character. I just thought it was Bumblebee. I didn't know there were 2 different toys. I didn't learn this until Generation 2 came about, and I was able to get a Generation 2 Bumblebee action figure toy, which is essentially the Generation 1 Bumblebee repainted in a gold color scheme as sort of a throwback to his Goldbug personality, I guess. Personality? Reformatting? I don't know. I'm using words. Anyways, so this is where it gets tricky. And I'm going to have a little difficult time with this. Because you have to move these like this. And you got a lot of stuff getting in the way. So you have to, just sort of... There we go. Like I said, it's a very complicated transformation. But we'll get there. Now, like I said, I had the Goldbug character, action figure, and in my mind, it was Bumblebee. I didn't see a difference. But, earlier, I said full disclosure, and I didn't finish that thought, because when I was a kid, I did not like Bumblebee as a character. Nor did I like Spike as a character either. In fact, I hated Spike. I hated the fact that there was a human in my robot show. I was like, get him out of my show. I don't want humans in my robot cartoon. I want robots. So I never did like, when I was a kid, I did not like the Bumblebee character because he was buddy-buddy with the Spike character, and I hated the Spike character, and I was like, why is he hanging out with this little nerd? Why can't he just go be a soldier or whatever and actually be cool? Because, like Ironhide, I thought was one of the cool characters in the cartoon. Little did I know, his toy sucks. But I didn't know that at the time, because at the time I did not have his toy. And this is where things are going to get really complicated, and I hate this because it's very tricky. But there's a lot of... There we go. You got to do a lot of, moving things around. It's very tricky. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We get the arms, and now I have to get this stuff situated. And so, by the time I watched Transformers the movie 1986, when I was 12 years old, I was firmly 2 seasons deep into the Generation 2 reboot cartoon, which I was enjoying at the time for what it was. It was like, hey, more G1 cartoons, although it wasn't new episodes. It was just like, you know, reruns, sort of. And I have to emphasize on these sort of. And I don't remember how you're supposed to do this, but I'll figure it out. Okay, and then these somehow are supposed to go together. I cannot remember. Hold on, I have to take a look at this. I'm doing something wrong. I'm missing a step somewhere. Okay, so this, hold on. This swivels. So by the time we got to the movie, like I said, the animated movie, 1986, it was the early 90s. I was 12 years old. And I already didn't care for the Bumblebee character. So the fact that he was barely featured in the movie really wasn't an issue for me at the time, because I was like, good. And also Spike presumably died early on in the movie. Spoilers. And then, well, yeah, he actually didn't die, but it is what it is. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I hate this. This toy is so complicated. I never know what I'm doing wrong. I know it goes something like, I don't remember. I need to look at the instructions, but I don't have them. Alright. I know I did something wrong. Okay. Hold on. So, for me, getting rid of Spike from the cartoon, going into Season 3, he was an adult, but he was featured considerably less than he had been in the first 2 seasons. I was really into that. And even when I was a kid, Season 3 was my favorite season of the cartoon, because it was way more sci-fi. Okay, I do not know what I'm doing wrong. It was way more sci-fi and action-oriented than the earlier seasons. Yeah, they had the MacGuffin in nearly every episode of the seasons, and sometimes they'd have the, instead of a MacGuffin, it would be Monster of the Week type storytelling, and there was always a Deus Ex Machina at the end of every episode to save the day. But I still preferred the Season 3 because it had more of a Star Wars type space opera thing going on. I don't know what the fuck I did. I did something wrong. Okay, hold on. I have to reevaluate this. Like I said, this is a very complex transformation. And it always takes me several tries to get it right. Alright, let me get the arm. Let me see if I can get the arms first. I know. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get the arms first, because that might make a difference. I can at least get the arms tucked away. Maybe then I can at least figure out how to do the damn legs. And this is on a swivel, and I can never get it to swivel because it's stuck. There we go. Alright, so if I stick this in here, this is where the arms go. This goes like this, and this goes like this. So that at least gets the arms where they need to go. So now I can at least visualize how this is supposed to go. This is supposed to go like this. This is supposed to go underneath somehow. And then they swap places. And I don't know how to make this look like that. There we go. Alright. Except I'm still missing a step somewhere. Okay. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I got it right on the left leg, but I can't get it on the right leg. I'm missing a step somehow. Let me close that. I think that's getting in the way. Alright. folds in on itself. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, I missed a... Okay, there it is. There we go. Alright. But I'm still doing something wrong because these do not tab, and there's definitely doing something wrong. I don't remember how the hell you're supposed to do this. Hold on, I have to take a look at this. Oh, is that it? Did I do it wrong? Does it go like this? Except that's getting in the way, so that's not right. I know these are... There we go. That tabs together. There we go. I think I got it. And then these fold out for some reason. There we go. Ah! I was missing a step. I always do that. Okay. I still don't think this is right, though. I still feel like I'm missing a step. And I think I remember what it is. You're supposed to... I think you're supposed to do something with the legs. Like the knees are supposed to bend. What is this getting in the way? I know this clips in there because there's a clip right here, but that's for robot mode. We're not doing robot mode, we're doing car mode. And I know these clip together, get out of the way, because they've got little tabs and they connect together, so I know that's supposed to happen. But I don't know what the hell to... Because that's not going to turn into a car at all. And I'm supposed to do something with the knees. I just don't know what. And I know that has to rotate all the way. There we go. Get this up out of the way. The arm is getting in the way. Okay, I know I'm supposed to do something with the knees, but I can't remember what, so I have to take a look at this. Okay, this bends. There has to be a reason why it bends. Oh, wait, hold on, I figured it out. I missed a step yet again, I think. Hold on, wait, why won't this get out of the way? There we go, there we go. I missed a step, there we go. This has to go like this, so this can go down like this. Now, I'm still missing something. Hold on. God damn it, this is so confusing. Does the legs... Are they supposed to... Yeah, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay. And then I can swivel this around. And move it into place. There we go. Alright, that looks right. Now let's see if I can do the same thing on this side. So I have to fold this out. Hold on, get you out of the way. I have to get this completely out of the way, which, there we go. And then, while doing that, I have to get this in there. This is a very tricky transformation. Oh my god. Something's getting stuck. There it is, there it is, there it is. That's right. And now those things will tab together and should give me what I'm looking for. And then this goes in here. Now, after watching Transformers the movie in my teen years, getting some distance between the original cartoon and the original toy line, and then becoming an adult, and then turning into an adult collector, I did revisit the original Generation 1 cartoon. I was able to get the full set on VHS, and then later DVD, which is how I have it now. There we go. And then I was able to go back and rewatch it a couple of times. And upon rewatching it, the nostalgia has taken over my previous, I guess we would say, issues I had with Bumblebee, because I was able to see him for the character he was and appreciate him more. And then also there was, the fact that, oh, well, I understand now why they had the human character being friends with Bumblebee. He was supposed to represent the audience, which was me, the kid, at the time. I just didn't connect with him when I was a kid at the time because I wasn't interested in the humans. I was interested in the robots. But it is what it is. Now, this part, you just kind of have to fiddle things together as you go. Because they kind of have to all snap into place at the same time. In order to work. But it's tricky because everything is trying to pop out of place. So it's a lot of... There we go. I gotta fold this up. Then I gotta get this. Actually, I think this goes like this. Fold these back for right now. Then I gotta fold this up. Alright. Nope. This goes this way, I believe. There we go. Now, in order to do this, you just kind of have to squeeze it all together to get it into place, while simultaneously fiddling with the arms on the inside that are getting connected wrong. Very tricky. There we go. And then once you get all of that in place, you have to squeeze it. And as you squeeze it, it should tab into the individual tabs where it's supposed to. But you have to keep, like, manipulating everything because certain things are going to get in the way, because they do. So we have to shove this in, and it's going to be tricky because I have to get it to tab into this piece. There we go. But this has to tab in at the front at the same time to get the headlights to line up, which they're not going to want to do because you have to squeeze them and fold them at the same time, which is tricky. There we go. If you squeeze and fold at the same time, and that should get them to line up, and then they'll tab into place. There we go. There we go. Now we've got the front of the car basically done. We do have to kind of pinch really hard to get it to tab into the correct place. But you have to keep manipulating everything so that it doesn't tab out, which is very frustrating. This headlight on the side here does not want to bend the way it's supposed to. There we go. There we go. Now I've got the front of the car. All I got to do now is the back end of the car, which is tricky because, again, you got to manipulate. You got to pull these out and then tab these in and then stick. You got to shove these up here so that the arms and the bumpers tab in together but you have very little wiggle room. Very little wiggle room. Because the pieces all want to fold against the grain. There we go. Now I got the back of the car tabbed into place. And now I just have to connect it to the front of the car, the main body. Simultaneously tabbing this piece and this piece in correctly. There we go. And then making sure that the windows tab in. There we go. And then once again realigning the front end of the car that has been misaligned. This is very tricky. I hate this. Alright. I got that side. Let's see if I can get this. Well, I gotta use this hand. Because it's not wanting to bend. There we go. Because you have to bend it this way and then push it back and up at the same time, which is very challenging. And then there's one more tab I cannot seem to get. But we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it alone. All right, and that's essentially Bumblebee. And it's a good-looking car once you get it all tabbed together. You know, it looks really good. A lot of hard plastic. Some die-cast metal parts, which I forgot these pieces. No, those are. Never mind. I don't know what those are. Anyways, yeah, pretty good-looking toy. In general, I like to, once I get him in car mode, I like to keep him in car mode because he's a pain in the ass to put back into a car. Going from car to robot is so easy. You just like basically, it's like a shell former. You pop it open and then it just sort of click, 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 and then you're done. But getting everything to tab into place to get it back into car mode is so difficult and frustrating. This is a really good looking toy. I really like this toy. Stay cool.